Good evening all. So today we'll discuss about image processing views using Python. So in the previous videos we had discussed about lot of things regarding Python. So in the beginning from Python installation and working with Python, small experiments using Python, etc., etc. But in this tutorial I'm in advanced level, so we'll just talk about the image processing. Like that, image processing is a important technique in computer science platform. So any graphics, any images, just you take any picture and you can upload it in any social websites, or you can share your photos to the entire world. Like that you can also, we are sharing a lot of images and a lot of things through social engineering platform via internet. So like that we are sending many type of images and many type of files, data, etc. But how will you achieve this image processing? It's a major problem. So in this tutorial I'll demonstrate two important image processing functions, and I'm importing two images from the default library in Python. We'll install the files first of all, then we'll go for hands-on. Okay, and the first thing is most of them people using Windows platform. So I'll give an idea how to install Python configuration files for image processing as well as data visualization. Okay, so this is what the important thing, and I was already note this one. I already written this for easy use of tutorial, because so from this tutorial onwards I'll minimize my timing, because I'll take only minimum of 10 minutes, because it's very easy to you people. If my tutorial is more than 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it was somewhat boring. So in order to minimizing the timing constraints, I go for some predefined entities like that. For installing Python Windows, first of all you must install Python packages. You know very well about how to install our Python. So you go to the www.python.org website and you can download the latest version of Python. So make sure that you can install the Python version 3.5 and above, because it's better while you people are installing the configuration files for both the data visualization and image processing, like that. So if you are supposed to install Python version less than 3.5, then it was very difficult. So make sure that you can check whether you had installed the desired Python version. So it will be max Python version, it should be greater than or equal to 3.5. okay. So after installing your Python, whether you have installed your Python directory in either C:, D:, or E:, any directory you can install. But if which directory you have installed, you just go to the directory. If you have installed C:, in Python, then you will skip to the C:, then you change the directory to cd space Python the desired version. If you have installed Python version 3.6, then it will be 3.6.exe. okay, like that. So after entering to the specific version, Python version, then you must give the command for installing your pip. Pip is a Python configuration files, like that. It is a configuration files for installing the desired package of data visualization as well as image processing things. Okay, so after entering once you are installed pip, then you will give the installation of, you must install three important packages in the image processing as well as data visualization. 4. okay, pip3 space install space either pip3 -matplotlib. If it is installation is correct, installation package is without any error, it will be installed. If it is error, then you can make sure that you can replace this pip3 by Python. Pip3 by replace pip3 by by Python. Clear? So instead of pip3 you can write Python hyphen matplotlib and pip3 install. The next one is called NumPy. This is another package. pip3 install pip3 hyphen NumPy. NumPy is for numerical Python. All your mathematical statistics outputs like array functions, integer values, some floating point values and all comes under the numerical Python. As well as matplotlib is for mathematical plot library function, which shows the output of your images in either 2D or 3D format. Like it shows the output either in 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. And we go for third thing is called pip3 hyphen scipy. Scipy is scientific Python. It gives the scientific output which is the combination of your animations like scientific functions and like some biological function, etc., etc. And fourth one is called pip3 pandas. Pandas is mainly for data visualization tool. It shows the output in terms of some animation and with some plotting functions. Okay, so upon this fourth thing, the matplotlib, which is the very important thing, it shows your output in terms of plot like that. If you are getting any type of statistics output like histogram chart, pie chart or numerical chart, any type of chart you can plot using this matplotlib function. Clear? Any doubts you have? So after installing we must study some of the basic functions or basic definitions of image processing. Some of the image files in the Python will support matplotlib, scipy and NumPy. And we have the two important functions we will discuss in this hands-on session. One is called IMShow, which is the image show to show the image where you can display your image. The other one is called IMRead, to read an image. So this was very important. And scipy will support some type of miscellaneous files which is imported from scipy.misc. Okay, so directly go to the hands-on. So it was very easy and it was very interesting also. Okay, clear? So I will go to the Python, the desired version, Python 3.5. I am installed Python version 3.5 and Python 3.6. 3.6 which comes under the Anaconda Python. Okay, so on Python 3.5 we'll go to the directly import the some image processing file. So I am importing some miscellaneous file from the directory is called scipy, scientific Python file. I am importing the directory is called miscellaneous file. Clear? From scipy I am importing some miscellaneous data. Clear? And I can import one file. Function is called ascend. Ascend is an image which I can import it from the miscellaneous file in the scipy. Okay, ascend equal to miscellaneous files of scipy. Okay, clear? Press enter. Then I want to import the plotting function because I want to plot my graph. I want to plot the image using plotting function. I can plotting some images from the library is called matplotlib. Okay, so import matplotlib, which is the Python plot. I am giving the variable name of plot. So I am giving I am importing matplotlib plotting function with the variable name of plot. Okay, then I can plot this graph, plot my image using the function which contains the color of gray, plot dot gray. My outputs to be image file to be the gray color. Okay, and my image, I can read on image, which is the file, my image file to be the important thing here. Okay, plot dot show of the particular image. Clear? My plot dot show is simply plot the value, but where is the image? Ascent is the image, no? We want to import the ascent. So what about the ascent? So we must give the name of ascent in the show function. in the show function. Okay, clear? So what we can give, plot dot show of assigned. Ascend, which is the output which shows some of the plotting function. Okay, and it is a value. So my image to be displayed in terms of some mathematical values that will be described in an array function, because I am defining the numpy, num mathematical array function. So that is the output where my image to be there in the format of RGB, red, green and blue colors. Clear? Red, green and blue colors. This is the image format file which to be printed for my specific image called ascent. Okay, so now we will plot the specific graph using some functions. Okay, that will be seen. Okay, so 1 minute, I will go for some break and will come. Sorry for the interruption. So some okay, so we will discuss about how to print on ascent values. The ascent will be the something like this is the where my output to be in the image format. Okay, so I am plotting some function, plot dot show, it was empty now. So how will you import on image? That is the question here. So I am importing the function called plot dot. I said now you can show the image, you can show an image using the file is called imshow. Okay, imshow. So what is that imshow file you have? So plot dot imshow, you can show an image. What is that image file? It is called ascent. Plot dot imshow. Clear? So my output to be a matplotlib file, because I am plotting my function plot which has some image file is called image shows. The file object is called ascent. Now I can show my output of plot dot show. Clear? What is the difference here? This plot dot show which shows some empty, because I don't want to import any image. I didn't read any image here, so that will be the my image show is empty, so that's why it shows some output, nothing output. But here I am reading some input of ascent, so it displays some output. So press enter. So this is the image, okay, so this is the image file, ascent image file, which has gray color and it defines some of the axis of 0 to 500. Okay, suppose you don't want any axis, like you get an image without any axis in sense, you just give this command. Okay, you can give this command in sense, and you can switch off your axis, like plot dot axis, which is going to be the off. Clear? So you can switch off your axis and you can show your image. Again, I am not reading the input image, so what you can do, you can again read an image, ascend image, then you can switch off the axis, then print out the result. So you see now there is no axis here. Okay, previous image we have seen some 100 to 500 values between your image axis, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, but here there is no axis here. Okay, clear? So this is the one exercise we focus on using the image processing. Okay, next shortly we go for the next hands-on, next image file. Okay, we terminate this one and we go for the fresh new image processing file. So we'll go to the Python file, we'll import some image is called Rangoon image. So I'll show how to import an image. So import, we can import the, what is the file? Sci-fi dot misc. Importing the file is called sci-fi misc, because in the previous one we are importing the misc file from the name of from sci-fi import misc. So we are importing now, so that will be import sci-fi.misc. Okay, and introducing the file is called face which is equal to scipher dot miscellaneous file, which is the name of face. Okay, my output is going to be file is going to be face. I am importing this face from the library is called scipher dot miscellaneous file face. Okay, press enter. Okay, it read on some image here. So what is that? We can print the image of the particular the file is called face. I want to first display the shape of an image, and the shape of an image to be defined in 3 axes x, y, z. Okay, which is the color pictures, color pixels, because the image processing we are using bit pixels. Like that, it has the axis of x, we have 768, 1024 y, and z is 3. Like we are the image processing, we are seeing some, like what is the axis, x, y, z axis, no, for scaling, transformation, rotation, like that we are functioning, we are studying graphics, no, like that we will do it here. Okay, and next I want to print the data type of my face. Okay, data type of here also data type also defined here. We'll see using the function is called type function, data type function, d type. Clear? Face dot d type. So my face type data type is going to be unsigned integer. My output is to be the unsigned integer. Okay, unsigned integer, that is the output. Unsigned integer 8-bit, that is the data type for your what is that in the given function. Next one, we are importing some specific plot function, because any image you must plot any values like. Okay, so suppose I don't want any plot, then we will give plot axis once we define the plot function. How will you import the plot function? Import matplot live dot pyplot. This is the remembrance term, you must remember this one. In matplot live dot pyplot as plot. Okay, next one we will have plot dot we don't want any access, then switch off your axis off. Clear? You can switch off. Then plot dot, I can read an image using the function. What is the function? To read an to import an image, to show your image, I am show of which one? We are defining the output of face. Okay, face. Clear? So my output image to be displayed here, my matplot live image files. So any image processing file, you must remember the important terms. One is called scipher function, second one is called matplot function, plot function, then plot dot show function, then plot dot image show function, which import an image, then plot dot show function. Okay, plot dot show on the particular image. You will see here, there is the Rangoon image. Rangoon, it is one type of what is that animal. Okay, forest animal, like that we will do it. Clear? Simply do it. The shape of on the Rangoon, like that x, y, z axis, and the data type we are defining for image processing is unsigned integer value. Clear? Any doubts in this? Okay, so this is short tutorial, and the in-depth tutorial for the image processing will be in the forthcoming sessions. Keep watching. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you very much. This is Ram Prakash from UCE Tirukula campus. Thank you.